He vote. They're just screwed.
Aren't we all skeletons with skin?
Yes, Kauffman, come to the dark side.
He was in a Kansas City parking lot.
I'm about to put my foot on the screen, Kauffman.
That's to be fair. Cheeseman, you give him silence.
So
You hit him?
I pitched against an MLB All-Star. 1 round of 20 questions.
Hearty
And
spoonfuls of beards and balls. Just consume it.
hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Beards and Balls podcast. I'm your host. I'm the first two-time host. It's me, Chris Kauffman. Find me on Twitter at CWCauff. Yeah, I forgot I dropped the heel. CWKAUFF. Today we are talking about the NFL action from last week, from this upcoming week, and we're talking about players who we may have met, any sports icon that we've met in the past. But of course I've said we, and I haven't announced my fellow hosts, my co-hosts as you might call them, starting with
Me. He's pointing to me. I'm sorry, I didn't get that message there. I was waiting for Anthony to take over, but he's pointing to me, Patrick Cheeseman, at the Cheese Abides, at OG Cheeseman. I am here on the show now. Who else is here?
So here's the thing: you saved the best for last, and that's what Kauffman's doing, and he's aware of that. And you should be aware of it too, Cheeseman. You're great and all, but I'm the best. Okay, now, first off, I am Anthony F. You can follow me at Born to Run Kauffman
_19.
19. Also, that's my what do you call it? Instagram.
Mhm.
And then you can lose the underscore, and I'm on Snapchat too. You know, watch me take pictures of action figures and other bullshit. But first off, I have to get this out of the way just really quickly, Kauffman. How about them Cowboys?
Oh, good Lord, we're gonna have to deal with this.
Uh,
Also, this is the first ever episode that we're going to be putting up on YouTube, so you get to see us. Look at this, and you get to see the fact that Zoom isn't consistent. And I was actually pointing to Anthony to introduce himself first, but on their screens, that's Stone Cold.
He dropped his belt.
I
have a lot of these. You'll meet them throughout the whatever. Anyways, Kauffman, continue. Sorry for interrupting.
We're no longer audio only. We now have a visual component to our podcasts, and that will be housed
I just
on
realized
YouTube.
what I did. I just realized that what I did would not work over the air.
Yes, exactly. We got to keep that in mind, that we're still audio as well. But yeah, today we got a action-packed show, as action-packed as three people can be talking about sports. But we had an exciting week of NFL football action, especially for me and especially for Anthony. More so for Anthony because my team, the Kansas City, these are the Royals, but the Chiefs lost, which was
by the way, speaking
fun.
of the Royals, real quickly, did you see what Pat was wearing after the game? I
did not.
He was he donned the Royals colors.
Oh,
so he was in a. I'm surprised you didn't see that.
Was he wearing a Salvador Perez jersey?
I didn't see exactly.
Yeah, I didn't see the
was,
back. It looked like it might have been. Could have even been Bo Jackson.
Usually he wears Salvi's jersey, which is good luck because he hit his 48th homer last night to tie the franchise record and extend his league lead.
I'm going to throw something out there that is going to happen later on in the episode, and this is just something that popped into my head now, and it's something that needs to be discussed. I'm not the baseball guy here. I like it. I don't love it. Not like these two. Okay, I love it, but not like these two. Just so you understand, as a kid, I tried the Astros. Oh, that didn't work then. I tried the Rangers, and you saw what happened there. I did love Ron Washington. I have objectively loved that man. And then I tried the Astros again, and you saw what happened there. So
he's a filthy cheater.
At the end of this shut up. That is you must understand that cheating in baseball, it is whatever. Anyways, I'm not going to get into this. At the end of the episode, I think that you guys should just talk a little bit about baseball because we haven't included it at all. And there's a lot
Absolutely.
going on, especially with the Yankees and the Red Sox and just the AL East.
Mhm.
And of course, the Rays notched their
Hey, that'll tie into
98th win.
some of the athletes that I've met that we'll talk about later.
Perfect. Because you go to a lot of games.
Yes, but first off, let's get into the NFL action. It was an amazing week for me and Anthony, as I was saying. Both of us went 14-2. We only got 2 incorrect. Anthony was like a perfect 12-0 going into the Sunday, or going into the Sunday mid, like the 4 o'clock Eastern times, and then the Sunday night games. Those were the only 2 he got wrong.
And I know the one I got wrong, and I
Yes.
feel very bad because I broke my cardinal rule. I rooted against my first love, my true love.
The other one you got wrong was, understandably, you picked the Seahawks over the Vikings. But let's get through all of these. So the games, as you all know, I'm just going to read out who we picked. You guys know and we'll talk about each game going through. I was going to say, you know the victors. So obviously we all picked the Panthers. We were all right on that. Anthony went with the Chargers and got the lone wolf point on that one. The Cardinals, the Browns, the Bills, the Titans, the Saints, the Falcons, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Broncos, the Raiders, the Rams. And after going 12-0 through those first 12 games, Anthony picked the Seahawks over the Vikings. The Vikings won. Then he picked the 49ers over the Packers, and the Packers won. And then the Cowboys ended up being overwhelmingly victorious on Monday night.
How about them Cowboys?
I'll allow it this week because they beat the Eagles. This is your Super Bowl.
No, buddy, no. So here's something that Kauffman used to do, and this will drive me insane. He doesn't do it anymore. He doesn't. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Tell him.
Is it
Tell
that
them what you did to me?
I would every week I would send my team's record to you.
Yes, you would, and
because usually
because it was always but it was always whatever number and
yes
and then because
we're
you guys
usually
lost and only scored 3 points in the Super Bowl.
We're usually what's the word? We're usually undefeated in September. Not this year. We have lost 2 out of 3 games in September. This is not a fun month. I can't wait to talk about
that game.
But
let's go through everyone else's record.
Cheeseman,
we're going to talk about the Chiefs first.
Cheeseman went Panthers, Chiefs, Cardinals, Browns, Bills, Titans, Saints. He went for a tie in the Falcons-Giants game. Bengals, which was so close. It was very close. It was 14-14. And it was a game-winning field goal. He was so close to that. Then he went for the Bengals, the Ravens, the Broncos, the Raiders, the Buccaneers, the Seahawks, the Packers, and then he went with the Eagles for some reason. So I think he went
despite me
11-5.
Let that be clear. Cheeseman, why did you do that?
Despite you.
Despite me.
So he had a good week, all considered. Like he went 11-5. That's a good week.
Yeah, but did he go 14-2?
He didn't. I also went 14-2.
Yes, you did.
My screw up was picking the Chiefs over the Chargers. Who would have known Patty would have turned the ball, or well, not Patty, but the offense would have turned the ball over 4 times.
Right here. I didn't predict that, but I knew they were going to lose.
And then all the other picks are the same, except I picked the Packers over the 49ers, and then I also went with the Seahawks over the Vikings, and the Vikings were victorious. So good weeks by all of us. This was week 3. We all did well. Anthony and I did better. But good luck, or good picking by all of us. Hopefully it translates into this week as well. But before we get into that, let's talk about some of these games. Let's.
I have to bring up something that and this is for Cheeseman, and I'm calling you out, Kauffman, because I didn't go as hard on this as you did about Jamar Chase and his catches. In the preseason, because you did knock him a few times on that. I remember we were having one of these meetings, and it got friendly heated. But Cheeseman, you are vindicated, because holy crap, that pairing. Okay, I'm still not gonna say that they shouldn't have taken a lineman, but it's working out really well so far. So
it's great. They broke the Steelers' record of that ended that record rather of going into it. The Steelers had gone 75 straight games with at least one sack. They go into the last week. They did not sack Joe Burrow once.
Whoa. I didn't know
And I
that.
can hear people talking about, well, they didn't have their TJ Watt and the
Wow.
other guys. They didn't play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but TJ
This-
Watt,
it's the
it's not like he's the
Steelers.
only one that gets the
And-
sacks.
and
Okay?
also-
Anyone on
Steelers.
defense,
Also, this is the
anyone on
Bengals.
defense can get a stack.
Yeah, and it is the and
More
it is
importantly,
that
this is the Bengals.
At
Kauffman
Heinz
is going to
Field.
keep it.
Let
At
me
Heinz
say,
Field,
just
Sunday
gonna-
that Sunday was just a great day because unfortunately my Reds they've been eliminated, but they weren't on that Sunday when they scored 13 runs. That was fun. The Bengals going into Pittsburgh and winning, that was fun. And Mason Crosby walking it off, that was really fun.
Mhm.
So I like that I guess we're starting off with this Bengals Steeler game first. But I this gives us guys, we have a free shot right now. Let's take it. Let's take all the shots that we can at Ben right now.
Oh, he's
'Cause-
washed. He's cooked.
I was
mean,
about to say washed.
Any word that you can think of, he is that
It's
I was
funny because
left
gonna
out
take
to
a shot.
dry.
I was going to take a shot at him, but I fell 5 yards short. So,
In true Roethlisberger spirit, it just
and I tripped
Couldn't get
over
it
it on
there.
the way over.
but it is amazing because it feels like the Steelers have backed themselves into such a weird corner now
yeah,
where they don't have any other option.
they're
To put Haskins out there,
yeah. Are they gonna like that? Is their best option right now is to see what they have in
I
Dwayne
love it.
Haskins.
I love
'Cause
that. It's
they know what they have out of Mason Rudolph, which is nothing. Their offensive line
typical
is
white
garbage.
backup quarterback.
Their defense is solid. They've got a good defense. Let's not
do.
mince
I
word
will
about
say
that.
this.
But they're banged up.
The defense is
known
never
for
the issue.
defense.
But quarterback wise, it's a big shrug emoji. Like
They are literally
What?
watching college football every Saturday saying, who we got? Who we got? Spencer Rattler? Not him.
Yeah.
hmm
Oh, and I mean, it's interesting to see how intensely Ben has fallen.
It's great.
Like in
It's
terms
so
of his
much fun.
skills, his playing.
But it
skills,
hasn't
you
been
know?
that intense. It's just because he
Well,
was
no.
not good last year either, and the year before
No,
that
well-
he wasn't great.
I would say that. I mean, but here's the thing: he was still doing just enough.
He was, I guess. They
Just
were 11 and
enough,
0.
but now he can't even muster up
Yeah,
just
he can't
enough.
even get to
That's
just
the thing.
enough.
It's
It's
kind
kinda
of
like-
the fact that
It's
he
kind of
threw
like
how many passes to what's his name?
the running back. The running back
Yeah,
had
to Najee Harris.
19 targets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
19.
that's someone who's afraid to throw downfield.
Mhm.
I mean,
It's kind of like Drew Brees last year or Peyton Manning in his last year, in his final year. It's just, the dude is just kind of on, not even on borrowed time. He's out. He's out of time.
I mean,
but
I'll
he's
never
just
forget
still-
Peyton. Yeah,
he's-
I'll never forget Peyton throwing some like just absolute wobblers
hmm
that you're thinking, oh, just a year ago you weren't throwing this.
hmm
Like it's incredible to see. It's fascinating to see when a quarterback just drops.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for Tom
I'm-
Brady to do
I
that.
was fixing to say
Yeah,
the
I
same
was gonna
thing.
say that's different. I'll say that's different. I don't know what deal he made. Let's just talk about that game real quick. Let's
Yeah.
go in since Tom got brought up. Let's just go right into that one. I loved it. You know why I loved it?
hmm
Tom lost. That's
Yes.
why I loved it.
The Rams looked
that's-
really good. Like
Oh, yeah,
Deshaun
they're-
Jackson was he's still burning defenses. And granted, like
So-
the Bucks have a bad
Oh, yes.
secondary. They do. Their secondary is
They
not
do.
good,
No,
and
the,
it's
the,
hurt.
the front seven, great, but that
Yes.
you're right. The secondary is just they're not that great.
But Matthew Stafford looks exactly as advertised, exactly as I was telling people like before the season. Like this dude's going to be an MVP candidate. You watch.
Oh, we had extensive texts about how
Mhm.
excited we were to
Yes.
see what Matthew Stafford looked like as a Ram under a Sean McVay offense. I also have to, this is a throwback to last week's topic, but I hate Deshaun Watson.
Jackson?
Because he Watson Jackson. Ah, shit. I also hate Watson, but that's for different reasons. Let's not talk about that. I loved Hard with him too. I loved Hard, and he let me down. How about them Cowboys? Anyways, back to Deshaun Jackson. He was a guy who I used to despise because he was an Eagle and a Redskin. But I'll never forget, fun story with him. I think it was either Monday night or Sunday night football.
Mm-hmm.
He's off on this incredible run. It's a touchdown, a long one, and he spikes the ball backwards as he's crossing the thing, and and it pissed me off so much because then they scored anyways. God, Andy Reid, you piece of crap. I hate you. Hated you. Still hate you.
But
anyways,
something
Tom
you couldn't
Brady.
hate was this game because the Rams looked dominant.
Tangents. Those are for you,
Exactly.
Ulysses.
the game, the Rams looked dominant not only on offense but on defense as well. Jim Ramsey was shutting people down.
Two of the top 5 defensive players in the NFL on one team. That's
covering 2 prominent positions. So that's just.
and Jalen Ramsey is an entire side of
the field. Just gone.
Of the field, yeah.
And the interior pressure that Donald brings, he finally got his sack on Brady. He finally got Brady in this game.
He did.
And it's crazy how Donald can just take over a game at any point. Because you may go through sections of the game where you forget he's there, and then all of a sudden 3 sacks in a row or something crazy or 3 sacks on 3 consecutive drives or something like that.
Aaron Donald is quiet about what he does, but he does it so well.
Like he and JJ Watt are literally like, I think about it, like 2 guys. It's like you put them on the same line in their prime, which Donald still is. And JJ, he's kind of moving out of it, but he's still technically there, I think. You put them at their absolute peak on the same line, and you just need to. You're not throwing the ball more than 5 yards. You're
get out as quick as you can
every play.
You're
like, I hope someone catches this because here it goes.
Speaking of JJ Watt, he's on the Cardinals right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, how long ago was it? How long ago did it feel like, or does it feel like when he was with Jadeveon Clowney on one side?
Wow.
Remember that?
It's only been like a couple of years, but it still feels like way
a lifetime
longer.
because
feels like an eternity.
Clowney is where he had to stop a cup of tea in Seattle.
And then a cup of tea
he's in Cleveland. He's in Cleveland.
He's in Cleveland now.
He was in Tennessee for a little bit too, for like a year.
Him and Miles Garrett, they're still really good.
Mm-hmm.
But the Tampa Bay thing.
Then they went out and signed Richard Sherman right away. He's like, okay,
I know
it'll help them in film and like it'll help their young corners learn. But I mean, I love Richard Sherman.
I know, I do too. I just don't think it's gonna make a difference.
Back up a little bit, man. I can't hear you.
Oh, I just don't think it's gonna make. Yeah, cut that out, Kauffman, and that. I don't think signing Richard Sherman. It helps from a standpoint of, like you said, that he can bring along some of the younger guys. I don't know how much he's got left in the tank, how big of a difference maker he's going to be.
Doesn't he still have legal issues going too?
I don't know.
He does.
That whole team?
And the Buccaneers said that they've done their due diligence, whatever that means, and they feel comfortable enough to sign it.
They're a team in Florida. They didn't do any due diligence. Anyways, moving. Not moving on.
What other games do you guys want to talk about?
So
we got to talk Sunday about the Rams.
Wait. What about the Rams?
So, how do you feel about their running game?
Is they need it. Available?
Not that they need it, but they should get. I know, right? That's, to me, is the dream signing.
Frank Gore.
Get Frank Gore, and then they make the Super Bowl and win it, and Frank Gore has a ring.
That'd be the best.
On top of a bajillion yards,
mm-hmm.
and then he still won't retire.
No.
Run it back.
Oh my God. We're starting. Okay. I'm adding another module to my train. And it is the Sign Frank Gore LA
mm-hmm.
train caboose. I don't know. At this point, there's a million carts hanging off of this thing. The point is, that would be amazing. And I think they do need a bit of a running game.
They do.
Because they are going to come across someone who being one-dimensional isn't going to work against.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's not going to play the same game that they played.
If Cam Akers wasn't hurt, we wouldn't be talking about this. But the fact is, he's hurt, so we don't talk about this.
And the good thing about McVay's scheme is that you don't really need a dominant running back. Like you saw how good
You
their
don't.
offense was when they had Gurley at his peak, but they were doing just fine with Darrell Henderson, who I know is now hurt. They have Sony Michel, who's still learning. I know he's been there a few weeks, so he really should have learned all of it by now.
Yeah.
But he's
is
still
what it
building
is.
chemistry and all that. And I still think I know Michel was not good. His
I
last
like
couple
Sony.
years.
No, I like
And,
Sony Michel.
I do as well. I think he can be a good. Running
I just
back for
don't think
system.
that I don't think that they used him well in New England. I just
Mhm.
here's the thing. Bill Belichick is a terrible GM. Dan Patrick was talking about this on his show, I think yesterday or the other day, and he was bringing up how he's not that great at picking guys out of the draft who can fit into what he does. He's great at finding guys later, but Sony Michel just didn't. I don't know. He maybe he wasn't the right fit.
Mhm.
But I like him as a player, and I think Sean McVay can get something out of him.
Yeah.
What would have been like if they drafted if they were able to have drafted Derrick Henry on the Patriots team? I wonder what that would have been like.
Well, Tom Brady would probably still be there.
Yeah. But anyway,
Well, although that relationship is a mess, but anyways.
yeah. What are some of the other games you guys thought were
So
interesting?
we have to touch on 3 games for sure. And that's since Cheeseman has 2 teams, both of his teams,
and then
we touched on one, your team, and then we have to touch. How about them Cowboys? That's the last one.
Quickly, a couple just quick hitter things that I wanted to bring out as well is the Jameis train is in full force.
Yeah.
He boat raced the Patriots, and he had another great Jameis game where he had 120 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep. That's the formula. That is the formula. You have Alvin Kamara.
Get you all the way.
Him.
Get you all the way to the
Just
red
use
zone.
him.
And then Jameis in
Exactly.
the red zone.
or I mean, the thing about having Alvin Kamara is the effectiveness of the play action is also even better, because it's he is such a legitimate threat that we have to account for him. Boom, here comes a bomb from Jameis. He hasn't thrown 30 touchdowns yet, or 30 interceptions yet, so that's a plus. He's got more.
We gotta talk about
interceptions.
the Hall of Fame resume now of one Mr.
Also,
Tucker.
That's true. That's another.
Oh, we're gonna definitely talk about that. I have to ask you because I forgot. Who did the Saints play?
The Patriots.
The Patriots. Okay, how do you feel about the Patriots and Tampa Bay upcoming? No, you know what? Wait.
Yeah, we'll
save that.
We'll get there.
We'll table that. But it is interesting to see what New England looks like now, because they are Mac Jones. That's the best team that any rookie quarterback has.
Yeah.
Other than Trey Lance, but Trey Lance isn't starting.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see where Mac Jones is at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. And the Patriots as a whole, once they've gotten everything together.
They spent money.
But yeah, that's is that enough, Jameis talk? Does that satisfy for our overalls?
Our overalls, you guys. I stitched these handmade. You don't understand the blood, sweat, and tears that went into these, and then you guys jumped out of them in the second week, and then just
and we were right.
But we were right.
No, okay, no, but it's
a necessary
principle.
Evil. It's a necessary evil.
Principles.
We set him up to lose so he can have that fire to win from here on out.
See, of the 3 of us, I know I am the most principled, because I will never pick the Vikings, I will never pick the Philadelphia Eagles, and I will never pick against Jameis unless it's against the Cowboys. But that's that's different. Mm-hmm. Anyways,
but yeah, we wanted to talk about.
I say we touch on a few others.
Yeah, Justin Tucker.
I say we just quickly lightning around him.
Justin Tucker, the 66-yard field goal, that was fun to watch live.
There was a great Instagram post by, I think it was Sunday Night Football afterwards, where it's showing all the busts and the thing, and then it's just like a picture of his leg. Bust is his leg.
It's his leg.
And God, that needs to be the thing, man.
We're not putting his head in there.
Another
we're putting his whole right leg in there.
We're just putting because first of all, part of it was partly a little disgusting because it's a disembodied leg, but I loved it. Mm-hmm. He's a legitimate game-changing weapon.
Yeah. The fact that he hadn't missed an extra point through the first X amount of years in his career until that one, who was it? The Saints or somebody a few years ago?
Yeah.
He's automatic. He's the best. No. He's the best kicker in the game. And if he goes, if he extends his career out to Vinatieri level of years, he's going to be the greatest kicker of all time.
I think he's already.
I think he's already there.
Making that case. I think he's already there in terms of.
He
skill.
set the record.
Vinatieri has the one thing in that he doesn't. He has the not one moment. He has 5 things. But most importantly, he has big moments in those Super Bowls.
Yes,
he in the playoffs. That's the thing that Justin Tucker's missing. Not because he's not good enough to have those moments. They just haven't been in the. Okay. Also, we have to. No, we'll get to that when we talk about your team, Kauffman. Oh,
alrighty.
I almost went Mike Wilbon on you.
A couple other quick things. The Vikings looked good against the Seahawks.
The Vikings are the most 50-50 team you're going to get.
Yes, they are. Their passing game looked really good. Their running game without Dalvin Cook looked good. But that's. Do you have anything to say about that game, Cheese?
No, really. I don't.
Okay.
Wait. Who did the Vikings beat again?
The Seahawks.
I do have one thing about that. Russ is not going to be there past next year, is he?
No,
I don't know. I don't know.
I wouldn't.
Look at that team. I don't know how much longer Pete Carroll's going to want to coach either. And if Pete Carroll's not there, Russ is not. He does not look his age.
He's very old. I think he's the oldest head coach.
He is.
Oh no, he is. No, he is
crazy.
He's in his he's like in his mid 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People forget that he even coached the Patriots in the late 90s.
Yes.
I mean, that's fucking crazy. Anyways, I don't know how long Russ is going to be there because that team does not look good.
Russ to the Colts.
DK Metcalf.
Yeah, the Raiders Dolphins game was pretty weird. Like the Dolphins shouldn't have been in this at all, but they were, and the Raiders ended up winning. But that was.
So here's the thing. I like the Raiders because they're winning games like these games that are. These are the games you got. These are the kind you got to win the weird ones.
But it really felt like they were playing down to their competition in this one. They should have.
They were because they're better.
Because a defense that's supposed to be better, because that's what everybody's been hyping up. You should not be giving up. You should not be giving up 28 points to Jacoby Brissett. And I know it was weird ways, like defensive touchdowns. I think were in there and a bunch of field goals, but still 28 points to Brissett.
I think the Raiders are still learning how to be winners.
Good God, the Raiders could win the AFC West.
Oh, I think there's legit. This is coming from a Chiefs fan. They're
the biggest threat. They're the biggest threat in the division, other than
I don't think
the
so.
Chiefs.
You think the Chargers?
I think the Chargers are the biggest threat.
If we hadn't turned, let's get into that game. The Chargers Chiefs. If the Chiefs hadn't turned the ball over on their first 3 possessions, they would have absolutely obliterated the Chargers. It would not have been close.
But
because we were going to score on all 3 of those. No, I'm fine with this loss because obviously I'm never fine with any loss. I don't want to lose. But looking at how this game went down, I'm like, we deserved to lose, and we did. And yeah, if we just get those turnovers down, we're fine. And from that point, I know it's there. I was continuing talking. We have 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, keep going then. Do what you're gonna do.
Because I was gonna wrap that up.
Alrighty.
But if we get those turnovers down, we're fine because we're not going to turn the ball over 4 times a game. That's not going to happen. And with how easily we were moving the ball up and down, keep in mind we still scored 24 and had a chance to win at the end while turning the ball over 4 times. A couple of the throws, Mahomes has just been trying to get too fancy with it, and usually they work, but we got to realize our receivers, it's no longer Sammy Watkins catching it; it's Demarcus Robinson. Granted, we did just bring in Josh Gordon, so that's going to help.
Nothing.
So I agree. So here's the thing about the Chiefs that I look at, and it's I have zero worries about their offense. I don't worry about their offense ever. I'm worried about that team being able to where the NFL's offenses are getting better around the league now, and it is because of the Chiefs. Everyone looks at and sees, okay, we have to get a tight end who's big and just a mismatch no matter what. We have to get a speedy wide out. I mean, look at what Dallas has with their wide receivers. I mean, that's ridiculous. Look at even Tennessee with what they have with their wide receivers. Teams, the Cardinals. These teams are getting better. To me, it's not a matter of whether you can keep up with Kansas City anymore or that. It's more so that can Kansas City get the stops that they need, when they need them. And I don't. That's why if I were them, like, yeah, Josh Gordon is going to be fine, but they need to be looking at something on defense.
Well, the thing about the defense is this happens every year with the Spagnuolo defense. September is abysmal. It's a difficult defense to learn, but once you start seeing, the progress through October, especially in like November, December, when this defense is clicking and everybody gets it, it is solid. It is a good defensive unit. It's just they've run into a good offense. They've run into good offenses so far.
Yeah.
Like their first 3 games were brutal. Like, think about that. They played Cleveland to open the season. Then they played Baltimore primetime at Baltimore.
Yep.
And then they just had the Chargers at home, which is a division game.
So no, absolutely. So here's the thing that I have to say, like the caveat that I have to put on this. I firmly think that the Chargers are still going to be the 1 or 2 seed. There's no difference in that. I just also think the Bills are really good. But my thing is that I think that there's just a lot more competition.
There is
now.
And the Chiefs
specifically in that division could either all make the playoffs or can cannibalize each other.
Denver's not going to make the playoffs. They're the most fluky
no.
team of all of them.
By the way, when I say all, I'm not including Denver.
You're not including Denver.
You know that. I'm not including. Why would I include Denver? Who's their quarterback?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, now I feel bad.
But
I like Teddy Bridgewater.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about the Chiefs game. Let's see.
Well,
you got anything else?
Oh, I was gonna say I really like the Chargers. They're like good. That team.
They're good.
Just as a complete team. That's all.
Just wait. They're gonna find something. It's the Chargers.
The only reason I'm not saying that is because they don't. Look, Phillip seemed like he had a little bit of that Chargers curse in him. I don't know about this new guy. I like Herbert a lot.
It really feels like Herbert doesn't. But remember, everybody else is still on the Chargers.
Yes, but let's also okay. But I'm not going to go into. You know what? Okay, yes, we're going to move into my game through this thing. But don't forget, if we're talking about people being their true colors, Andy Reid will eventually mismanage the clock, and you will lose something because that's what he does.
He hasn't done that in like 3 years.
Wait, I know, but it's in his body. It will happen.
Somebody's gonna let it loose.
Somebody also seems to not be able to manage the clock in Dallas. Mike McCarthy, but also how about them Cowboys? Because we won, Kauffman.
That was a trouncing.
And who did we beat, Cheeseman?
Dirty Birds.
Not Atlanta.
No, the Dirty Birds are Atlanta. What a team that is. No, come on. They're the Trash Birds.
They're
the Trash Birds.
Trash Birds.
I guess they're dirty in the sense that they are trash birds, so they're covered in garbage. But it was just nice seeing Dak have the game that he had and the reaction to having the game that he was having. I like the guy. I think he's at this point, there's no denying he's an upper echelon quarterback. Like the things that he does, it's like, when Fletcher Cox is faking an injury or faking his cramps, because we know that's what he was doing, it's because Dak Prescott was so in the zone that you weren't stopping the guy. You had to slow him down somehow. This is a Cowboy team that if they potentially play the way that they won't play, they could be really good and in the playoffs and all that, but they're not going to be because I know what I have. Mike McCarthy will screw it up somehow. They have this really fun dual running attack now so Tony Pollard has been really good. As a Cowboy fan, I've paid attention obviously to my team. He's been really good for a few years. He has this second gear that it seems like Elliott just doesn't have right now. Elliott seems like he's become more of a power back in a way, in the way that he runs. And then you have this 1-2 punch with Pollard, who all of a sudden can just take over a game. Yeah, I'm very happy with the offense. And this is someone Kauffman knows very well. Very, very well. Our defensive coordinator seems to be figuring things out. What is he, Kauffman?
He's a skeleton with skin.
Kauffman, tell him why he's a skeleton with skin.
Have you seen Dan Quinn? Look at him. He's a skeleton with skin.
Yeah, he very much does look like that.
Aren't we
but
all
he seems
skeletons with skin?
not
No,
like him. He's got no
no.
flesh. It's just
It's
skin, then bone.
and then bone.
But no, he seems to be like a Wade Phillips guy in that way better as a coordinator.
Yeah.
Not great as an Atlanta Falcons head coach. I had to say that it was the Atlanta Falcons just to put that out there.
Yeah, put that stink on it.
I mean, and also I think Philly's in a weird place, man. It feels like ages ago since they won that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. And it's like
Like
half the
that
team's
team-
not even there anymore.
Well, I
And
mean,
they're in
most
cap
importantly,
hell.
Wentz isn't even there. Like
Mhm.
Wentz is gone.
Or Foles.
And Foles, who, by the way, the Bears, how rough of a day did
Ugh,
Justin feel? That was awful.
poor kid.
That is one of the ugliest games I've ever seen. Was it Jason Peters, who is the left tackle on the Bears, who was just he it looked like he gave up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy crap, poor kid. Like,
Yeah, when you have the same amount of net passing yards as Mitchell Trubisky coming in mop up duty, for the Bills, that's not a good week.
maybe
It's
they
not
should've
worth the
kept
gloat.
Mitch. Look, the Bears have
You know what else
just
is great?
put out Nick Foles, man.
You know what else is great?
Jesus.
On top of that, Mitchell Trubisky had more rushing yards than Justin Fields. He had like 19 and Fields only had 14 or something like that. Keep in
Bears,
mind,
man.
Trubisky
See-
only came in to mop up in that Bills game.
Yep.
So, of all fan bases, I think other than like Patriot fans, Chicago Bear fans piss me off more than any other fan
Mhm.
base because they talk like they have what, like they talk like there is
They
more
have
to
one.
their franchise in 1985.
They have
I
one
get
year.
You're one of the original teams, yes, whatever. But guess what? All those original fans are dead. Okay.
We're nearing on
original fans are
40 years
And-
since you being relevant.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand how Bears fans walk around with their chest puffs.
They haven't had a quarterback.
Language,
Ever.
words. I can't
Ever.
make them. They're Cheeseman.
Yeah.
You as a Packers fan, how do you feel about the Bears? Let's just hear about how you feel about the Bears.
They're just there. They're like a more arrogant Lions fan.
Wait, that's more insulting. Wait, that is more insulting than like saying that you hate them. You just don't even acknowledge them. it
No,
seems
I
like.
don't, because you can't ever take them seriously. When they like the most scared I was when we beat them twice and then went on to win the Super Bowl in 2010. Like
Yeah.
that was your most dangerous team since I've been alive.
And that was Jay Cutler.
Yeah, there was Jay Cutler. You don't. It's like you're not even worth. You're not the Vikings. You're not worth acknowledging. You just exist.
So Kauffman, have we figured out the order of which he ranks these teams now?
Like-
don't answer, Cheeseman. This is us figuring
like
out you.
in terms of like
Clear
threat level.
threat.
Okay,
Or
I
just
think-
acknowledgement. It's Minnesota 1.
I think the threat to the Packers, number one, is the Packers
Lions.
themselves.
No. We're not talking. We're just talking about the other teams in the division.
No,
How
I
does he
think
rank them?
I think he
Oh,
views the
God.
Packers as their own threat higher than any of the other teams.
Let's be
because-
specific. The Packers organization.
That's what I mean. Exactly.
Yeah. Our
The
front
fact-
office. Yeah.
Is
the front
number
office
one,
is the biggest threat.
and then it's the Vikings. And
Then the Lions.
probably I think probably
No, Kauffman.
The
He said that
knees.
they're like he said, and I quote, that they are just more arrogant Lions fans. What does that mean?
It means
I
the
don't
Lions
understand.
they go in with hope, but
they really
Yeah,
know
but
they're
they've
going to
just-
lose.
But they know
yeah,
who
they've
they
just
are.
been, it's just been
Oh my
beaten
God.
down so much. It's just kind of like
It's my whole philosophy about sports, Kauffman. I've told you this a million times.
Mhm.
Teams and athletes are who they are at their core. There is a pure version of them, and the Lions fans are self-aware. They understand we are losers, They don't fight. They're like Cubs fans.
Honest to
They're
God,
like
I
Cubs
feel
fans
so
before
I feel
they
so
won.
bad for the Lions this season because they should legit have at least 2 wins. They
So
should
in
have
terms of-
finished
They
that
should have
comeback
2
against-
knees bitten off.
They at the very least, no knees have been bitten. By the okay, Dan Campbell, if you ever listen to this, where's
We
my
love
fucking
you.
knee biting? Also that, but where's my knee biting? I was promised chunks of flesh ripped off of people. I've not gotten any of that.
Specifically in their leg joint.
So here's the thing: if they really wanted to win that game last week, they would have bitten Justin Tucker's knee off. But
Well,
they didn't do that.
They should have won that game. Have you seen?
Yes, they should.
Yeah,
the video?
Yes,
They get,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
The refs
it was
blew
clearly
to
delay
make
of
the
game.
Ravens look
Mhm.
good.
I don't know if it was that much of a conspiracy because I'm not the conspiracy fan,
Mhm.
but I think it was a horror. It's like with Dallas and the Chargers. I know that the things didn't go. That was probably a conspiracy, but anyways, hey, look,
Mhm.
football's better when the Cowboys are there to be villains. Okay,
Yeah, you need a heel.
and not in a shitty way. But who's going to be the heel now?
Patriots
Everybody
are gone.
seems to like Tom Brady now. Now that
Mhm.
he's free from the
Yeah.
emperor.
But
Ugh.
yeah, I think the list goes Packers organization, Vikings, Lions, then Bears.
Is that correct?
Does that sound right?
I just can't. I can never take the Bears seriously.
Wow. He can't. Yeah, no, you're right. What is there to take seriously?
I mean, when you had the kicker hit when Cody Parkey hit the double doink, I'm just like, okay, so you're just a joke, right? Like
Yeah.
that. You
Wow.
weren't honestly expecting to win.
You are folly.
Hot takes.
That's what you are. Fodder. That's what
Hot
you
takes. Wait, folly like taco?
No,
It's not
no.
fall.
are. No,
I
fodder.
know what I'm saying here. This is quite the revelation of just figuring out how. Kauffman, how do you order the teams in your division? I know Broncos.
This is
are
a
at the
good
bottom.
discussion. I
now,
know we're in
yeah,
the middle
this
of
is-
this. Is I like this tangent.
No, this is way more fun.
yes.
Let's keep this
So
going.
the
okay,
Chiefs-
How do you rank them?
The AFC West. The biggest threat right now, the biggest threat is the Raiders, because the Raiders, I feel like, have a complete team. They're not really snake
the
bitten.
defense.
They've got a history of winning. Their defense
Good
is
defense.
stepping up. They're the biggest threat right now.
That guy, and also he's coaching.
Mhm. Beneath
John
them
Gruden.
is, man.
It's gotta be
Beneath
the
them
Chargers, right?
beneath them is Justin Herbert by himself. Then the rest of
don't
the
do that.
Chargers. Then the
Don't
rest
do
of the
that.
Chargers. Because I feel like Herbert.
Yes, Kauffman. You've only had a little bit of success. Don't forget that.
No, this is
on.
including the Alex Smith years. This is including. I think really underneath them right now, Justin Herbert is enough to separate from the Chargers.
Kauffman,
Because
what are your thoughts on Andrew Luck?
the reason why I put him
Wait,
in,
where'd that come from?
that has nothing to do with anything.
Remember when he
also,
single-handedly brought the game
wait.
back in the
Also,
playoffs to beat the
wait.
Chiefs?
Who cares? That's
Oh.
not my division.
Also,
The-
wait. Also, Kauffman, real quick. What do you think about Andrew Luck?
I wish he was still the quarterback. I wish he was still in the league. He's a great quarterback.
Good answer.
But including like stuff before Mahomes, the Chargers would be at the very bottom if they did not have Herbert. Herbert is by himself at number 3. Then the Chargers, just because they've got a good team right now, and then the Broncos at the very bottom.
So
I know.
so a Herbertless Chargers would be worse than the Broncos.
Right now, no. The Herbertless the Herbertless Chargers would be number 3.
Considering the weapons they had, if they plugged in anyone, they would still be better than the Broncos because that's the Broncos.
Yes.
The best thing the Broncos have is what they've had for the last almost 2 decades, it feels like, which is Von Miller.
Yeah.
And it has not almost been 2 decades.
The Broncos have 2 of the most. You know how you watch your team, and then all of a sudden this guy comes in the game for the other team, and you're like, "We're fine. We are fine."
Yeah.
Like this guy's not going to do anything. The Broncos have 2 players like that on offense. And luckily, they got rid of one. Well, he's still there, but he's not starting anymore. One of them is Drew Lock.
Is it Drew Lock? Whatever happened to Paxton Lynch?
Oh, he had
God.
He had 2 games, was terrible, and then they're like, "Get out of here."
Why do I still think that he's on that? This is what happens. This is what happens. Cheeseman, Kauffman, one of you, Google Paxton Lynch. I want to know what happened to him.
I'll look. Okay,
There
now,
may have
Kauffman,
been
continue.
legal troubles too. I forget, but
Wait, what?
And the other one is Melvin Gordon.
Revelations.
The other one's Melvin Gordon. He's not a good running back.
He used to be, and I
No,
only say
he
this
never
because-
was.
Wait,
I've watched him his whole career. Look, okay,
wait.
he's a good enough he's a good enough
Wait.
running back to be in the league. I'll give you
I
that,
need to
but
tell
he's
you
not a
why
starter.
I said that. No, I didn't say that. He was damn good in my fantasy league the 2 years that I made it to the championship and the 1 year that I won. So
Mhm.
that's all that matters to me. Whatever else he did, and it was stupid for him to try and get that payday because it was never going to work.
Mhm.
But yeah. Oh, Cheeseman has my answer. What happened to
So-
Paxton Lynch?
So for those that don't know, in 2016 he was picked 26 in the first round of the NFL draft
Yes.
by the Broncos.
Oof.
He played there from 2016 to 17. Played with the Seahawks in 2019, the Steelers in 19, and as of right now, he is playing for the Saskatchewan Rough Riders.
Yeah, which one? Oh, wait.
Is that
There's two Rough Rider teams.
Is that the Rough Riders or the Rough Riders?
Rough Riders, all one word.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We act like we know
Yeah.
exactly, but we know nothing.
But yeah, that's the ranking for the
Okay.
West.
Kauffman, I'm gonna. Do you want to just guess my NFC East ranking? You already know it.
It's
You know
none of, it's
If
like
you
none
don't,
of
I'd
them.
be dis-
None of them are.
No.
None of them are
that would
threats.
be in a perfect world, but no, I don't mean like a threat. I guess how I view them and rank them in general.
Okay. Well, Philadelphia's at the bottom. Philadelphia's easily at the bottom.
By a long mile.
You would probably have the football team second and the Giants third.
Flip it.
Flip it. Okay.
I would have thought
Giants
that too,
second because I
Dan Snyder is
respect
a
the
terrible
Giants.
person.
He is, but I also like I don't hate the team itself,
Mhm.
and I'm glad they changed their name, but I hate Dan Snyder.
That's true. Okay.
He's an awful human.
Yes,
And then
he
of
is.
course the Giants, I respect them, and I also get this unintentional humor of Daniel Jones. Just
Oh,
him
Danny
existing,
Dimes.
him interacting with
Danny
things in
Dirt.
general amuses me.
All right.
And then Philly's at the bottom.
Yeah. So, do we want to talk
oh,
about
the
any of
last
the
game-
other games? Oh yeah, the Packers
One-
game.
Yeah, Cheeseman has one, and I have to apologize now. I'm sorry that I picked against Aaron Rodgers.
Mhm.
If I haven't said this now, he's my favorite football player ever. Like, that is my guy, and I picked against him because I thought that not him. I thought the rest of the team would not be able to handle a much more physical 49ers, and I was wrong. So Cheeseman, go ahead.
It was almost too damn easy. And then the refs just started making sure that the Niners were in it because they're like, "Oh, we can't have this happen." And then when
This
they
is
almost
conspiracy count number
Well,
3.
when they almost killed Devontae Adams and they didn't throw a flag, I immediately thought, okay, so this is how we're playing it. Yet they call the barely tapping Jimmy G on the head. It's roughing the passer, and they call the tripping call. But when Devontae Adams takes another shot straight to the head, and they just like, oh, I didn't see it, even though he was looking right
Yeah, that
at
was
it.
bad.
I'm not gonna deny that was all missed. I don't know if it was an intentional thing, because that looks bad on the league.
That was just
That
a
your refs
poorly.
are calling those.
That was a poorly officiated game.
Yeah.
It's,
So then
it's
when they
crazy.
got-
It's
so
like the
then
Packers still won
When
and
he
they
scored
would've won
and
by
there was
more.
40 seconds left, I'm just like, all right, we got this. It's over. Just call it
I
in.
know.
And of course, 2 big throws later, and then Mason Crosby. I'm like, yeah, I knew this was
Things
going
of
to
beauty,
happen.
man. He does things that I know he doesn't have more rings. But God, if I was starting a football team, I'd start with Aaron Rodgers before I did Tom Brady personally.
Yeah.
But that's just because I like Aaron Rodgers better.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Here's
Granted, he hangs out with Miles Teller, which just means that I need to be a little more wary of Aaron, his tastes at least. But anyways,
here's my thing. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna fight against it anymore. I'll admit it. Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time.
he is.
Yes.
We
I'll
can't
admit it.
deny it because he's
But
got
Aaron
7
Rodgers-
reasons.
Aaron Rodgers is the most talented quarterback
Oh,
of all
yes.
time.
we gonna get into this crap argument again where people are trying to split hairs to make their favorite quarterback better than Tom Brady. I
I'm not
can't
trying to make it. I'm
stand
not
these
trying
talks.
to say nothing's
Because,
better than
yes,
the greatest of all time.
When you're framing it that way, you're right, but you're just trying to make it to where Tom Brady isn't the best. Can we just
No.
accept that he's the best
I'm not
and
saying he's
move
not the
on?
best. I'm not saying he's not the best. but
He's
he
better
is.
than Mahomes. He's
I'm just-
better
I'm
than
just
Rodgers. Those
I'm
two are more talented, yes. But who
That's all I'm
cares?
saying. That's all I'm saying. They have more talent than
No.
him.
So if this was a build a team episode, this would be the argument for our football team. Who would you start? Who would you have as your quarterback for your football team? I personally would take Aaron Rodgers.
But this is the thing that I'm talking about. We're just trying to we're trying to
Wait,
devalue Tom Brady here.
No,
Look,
no,
let
I'm
me
not
put it this way.
devaluing Tom Brady.
The best
I'm
deep
just
ball
literally
thrower of
saying
all
this
time.
person.
The best deep ball thrower of all time is 2012
Brady.
playoff Joe Flacco. That's it. I can say that and be accurate. I can say that and be accurate. But nobody cares. Nobody cares about Joe Flacco in 2012 playoffs.
For me, picking Aaron Rodgers is the guy who I would build a team around. It's purely based on the fact that I like Aaron Rodgers and I like the way he. That's all it is.
That's fine.
I make no I make no qualms about that. That's the first thing that I tell people. Is like, I understand who Tom Brady is. I just like Aaron Rodgers better.
Perfectly fine argument.
I enjoy watching the way he plays better than I don't like the way Tom Brady plays because it doesn't entertain me.
Cool.
That is my reasoning behind it.
Fair. That's a fair reason.
But see, there are people who will split hairs with everybody. There are people who will still say that Elway is the most gifted quarterback ever. And he was a gifted quarterback, terrible general manager, president, whatever you call him. Got lucky Peyton showed up. But no, Tom Brady is the best quarterback ever.
And that's the period. End of sentence.
But if I'm building a team purely based on, who I like, then yeah, I would go that. It's like clearly I should pick Jerry Rice as my wide receiver. I'm not gonna pick Jerry Rice just because I don't have a preference towards Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
I'd probably pick Julio because I like Julio better.
All of that is perfectly fine because there's arguments when you split these hairs. I just always feel
ridiculous.
Like people are just trying to get away from saying Tom Brady's the best. It's like imagine in basketball, people are like, "Well, LeBron is a better athlete than Michael Jordan."
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean? Imagine. That is literally things that people say.
That's true, but I'm just trying to to say that to put that into a different context.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time. There are plenty of other basketball players who were more athletic, who were better at certain things in certain aspects of the game than Jordan. But when you put them all together, Jordan's the best of all time. When you put everything together, Brady is the best of all time.
Yeah.
And
here's the thing, like LeBron, like the only difference is like with LeBron, you can make a case.
You can.
Because because you actually have
there's a resume.
And things backing it. Yes, there is a legitimate resume. When I look at Aaron Rodgers, I can't make that case.
Exactly.
I can't make the case that Peyton is better than Tom, because he's got 4 more rings or 5 more rings. I used to be able to make a case about Joe Montana, but he doesn't have more rings. It's gotten to the point where he's solidly the best.
Okay. And to put a bow on this, anyone who says that Brady's a system quarterback, first off, every single quarterback is a system quarterback. There's not a quarterback out here that can function without a system built around him.
But Kauffman, remember, Peyton is the system.
Fair enough.
Okay,
whatever.
But that's not the
second thing. Brady has proven that it doesn't matter what system he's in. He's in a completely different one now and won in his first year. So Brady is the best of all time. We can sit here and have these pedantic. I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly. Pedantic arguments.
No, but I do have to throw this out there because this is something that is starting to drive me a little crazy. Are we all of a sudden just going to pretend that Bill Belichick didn't have anything to do with 6 rings?
Oh no! Let's not.
Not you. No.
I know that. I get that. But
because there is all of a sudden there is just this wave of. Part of the reason Tom Brady is as good as he is because of how he was developed. Mm-hmm. They needed each other to.
But this is a different topic for a different day, and hey, we may have covered enough for that day.
I was going to say I think we've talked quite a bit.
But yeah, the Packers. Back to the Packers. Packers, great job pulling out the win.
I think we lost Cheeseman.
I think we did entirely because I insulted Aaron Rodgers.
Cheeseman, I came to his defense. I just like Aaron Rodgers better. Now, Cheeseman, look at me, look at my hand and come back to us.
Reach out to me.
Reach out.
Top,
I just want to say this. I'm not saying
Uh-oh.
Tom Brady's not the great. I opened it and said Tom Brady's the greatest of
He
all
did
time.
say
I
that.
am not
He did
devaluing
say
it
that.
at all. I'm just stating my opinion that I think Aaron Rodgers is more talented, but Tom Brady is still better.
Cool.
That's
Then
all
why
I'm
are we
saying.
then why are we bringing up Aaron Rodgers at all?
Because we're talking about the Packers game.
Fair enough. Then why do we bring up Tom Brady?
Because you made me.
Wait. How did we get here?
I don't know. But people are talking. People. It's something I see in the sports medium all the time. Is these qualifiers where Aaron obviously is more talented than Brady, but Brady's the best, and I can't stand these qualifiers anymore. And I wanted to put that out there.
I'm about to put my foot on the screen, Kauffman.
That's to be fair. Although, I mean,
Alrighty.
Okay.
Let's move on to next week's picks because we've already talked enough about this past week.
I think this episode got fiery in the best
did.
ways. Also, can we really quick just pile on the Jets because they look terrible and I love it.
Oh, hug
Lord.
a local Jets fan.
Oh Lord,
They
they
look-
look terrible.
They look extra bad.
Mhm.
I think we should quickly power rank the 5 worst teams and that just because I think there's quite a bit.
Okay, well, the Jets
it-
are the worst. That's unanimous.
Oh no, they're not. The Jags are the worst.
I was gonna say I think the Jags are
look,
somehow worse.
The Jags are worse, despite the fact that the Jets have not scored a touchdown in 2 out of their 3 games.
Trevor Lawrence doesn't look like he.
Trevor Lawrence looks fine.
Look. He's what? No. It's not. I'm not talking about how he plays or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
It's It looks like he's not. The guy's never lost, ever in his career.
Now he's got 3 of them.
And now, well, look at Urban Meyer, who doesn't lose and now has 3 in September.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't lose in September. I love it. I hate Urban Meyer. I don't think he's a good man. I don't.
No,
Kauffman,
he's
you
not.
know how big of an
Terrible
insult
person.
that is.
So yeah, we've got the Jags at the bottom, then the Jets, then
Who's
God.
the Jets coach?
Robert Saleh.
Robert Saleh.
For some reason, I was gonna ask. It's not what's his name, is it? Adam Gase.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Because
he
for some
gone.
reason, I know what a loser.
I'd probably put the Giants next. Does anybody have any? They just
Texans
lost.
Look better.
I was gonna
the
put
Texans
the-
look better than they do.
I was gonna
than they
look.
should
I was
be.
gonna put the Falcons there, but the Falcons just beat the Giants.
Yeah, so you gotta put the Giants.
I was
there.
gonna say the Giants are really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird because they've been putting on pretty good games.
Well, Daniel Jones is a pretty talented, athletic quarterback. It's just I don't think they have the right coach or the right. I don't think
They need to find that
clicking.
right coach,
So-
man. They should really just promote Jason Garrett at this point. Like, screw it. Let's
No.
go be 500 for
No.
3 seasons.
No, they. Oh, okay.
Don't do
Wait, Kauffman. You heard the rest of what he said. He
Let's
said, "Let's go be
500.
500 for 8 seasons." He's right. That's what's gonna happen if you do
Do
that.
it.
Hey, it's better than
No,
it's better than the 3rd worst team in the.
No, Kauffman. It's not because at the very least you have high chances to get a really high pick and do something. You're not in limbo hell.
Okay.
Ugh.
So the 4th
God.
worst team, we would put
I'll put
probably the
Falcons.
Bears.
Oh, the Bears. Ooh, the Bears. Are the Bears worse than the Giants?
No, because the Giants don't have a win and the Bears have 1.
I guess,
Barely.
but if you're looking at that roster, the Bears are a lot
Do
worse.
the Bears have a win?
They
Bears
do. They
have
beat
one
the
win.
Bengals.
They do.
Barely.
But- They beat the Bengals, Kauffman.
But the Bengals look good.
Barely. No, they do, but I think it was.
Win's a
I
win.
think the Bengals team. I think the Bengals team of Week 3 is much better than the Bengals team of Week 1.
True, but I still think the
Okay,
Bears
okay.
4th worst.
Okay.
So
I know. It's just after seeing what happened to Justin Fields, and
And
they don't have
then-
Andy Dalton.
and then number 5, like the contestants would be like, I don't want to put the
Eagles.
Lions there,
No, the Lions aren't there. I would put the Eagles first.
Eagles or the Falcons.
The Falcons and the Eagles seem like they would be the next 2 teams. Well, okay,
Yeah.
wait. Let's go.
I'll
through
put the Eagles
divisions.
over the
Texans-
Falcons.
No, I've got everybody up right here. Anybody that
Eh,
we're not thinking
let's
of,
see.
they don't belong there. The really it comes down to like the Texans, the Lions, the Falcons, and
The Lions aren't because the Lions probably should have won that game against
should have won 2 games.
Baltimore.
Yeah, should have won
They
2
should have
games.
won
They
2
look
games, so
better
they-
than they are, so I'm not putting them down at the bottom 5.
I'm gonna say this: they actually do play a very Dan Campbell way of getting knocked down and then always just sticking around.
I would
No
put the
knees
Falcons
biting, but
there.
still.
I would put the Falcons there.
Okay.
because just watching their
right.
offense, it looks. I mean, it's looked better the past 2 weeks, but that week 1 was awful. So we got at the very bottom, we've got the Jags, then who was the next one? Then the Jets, then the Bears, the Giants, the Bears, and then the Falcons.
Yeah. And then it feels like right out of that you would have the Texans, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. That's remember that time, Kauffman, where I was right about the Jaguars? No, real quick. Remember that time I was right, Kauffman, about the Jags making the AFC
that 1
championship?
year.
And wait. I said, and I quote people, in 2 years, the Jaguars are going to be good enough to make the AFC conference. And you and that asshole Ulysses laughed at me. You made me feel like I was a fool. And guess what? 2 years later, the Jaguars were in the AFC championship.
And
they lost. Didn't matter. They got there.
4 years after that, they're in the cellar.
Yeah, I know that, but I said 1 year. I said one specific
right.
year. I didn't say that. Anyways, yeah.
All right. So let's get into our picks for this upcoming week. We've spent too much time on week 3. Let's get to week 4. We've made it. So the Thursday night game. This is going to be a slog, I imagine. That's tonight. We are recording it before the game this time. It is the bottom, our number 32 team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, going to the Bengals to play. Who do you guys got?
Next week, I think we'll do a full power ranking, just so that we can always say, hey, our blah, blah, blah versus this blah. But I'm going to go the Bengals. And God, if they lose this one, Cheeseman, I'm going to be mad.
Oh, you're not going to be the only one. Because I'm picking them.
Oh, by the way, for those who aren't seen visually, he is decked out in his Bengals jersey. Who is it?
Joe Mixon.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
Ooh. Anyways. Oh, no, I hate my reaction to that.
We're not talking about it.
I hate my reaction to that. Let's move on.
I think, God, I want to pick the Jags, but I'm going Bengals as well. Because this feels like the random. It feels like that random game that they win. Like, I don't get it. But no, yeah.
Can you look at their schedule real quick? The Jags.
The Jags. Yes. What do you?
Because if it's not.
They got the Titans, then the Dolphins, then the Seahawks, then the Bills, then the Colts, the 49ers, Falcons. They probably won't win until they play the Falcons in November.
Oh, that's what I'm telling you. That's why I wanted to see their schedule, because I'm wondering
this might be their win. Game.
They could. Oh, God, Kauffman, Cheeseman. It would be poetic if Urban Meyer went 0-17.
That'll be so good.
Oh, I would cry. I would cry and then light fireworks.
So we're still going all Bengals here, right?
We're going all Bengals,
let
baby.
The Bengals win.
All right.
We're on the USS Marvin Lewis. It's a boat that's just waiting to sink. No offense, Cheeseman.
Then we've got the Titans going to play the Jets in
real quick. I feel like we've piled on Cheeseman during this one, especially after you viciously attacked him. But to be fair, he viciously attacked you. Go to the dugout in episode 1. So
I've been holding it in ever since.
You guys.
Rivalry.
I just needed to say that because I know I took yet another shot at one of his teams.
We got a 5-star rivalry going on.
How about them Cowboys? Now,
no.
Okay, Titans, Jets.
Yes.
My God, can you imagine if the Jets win?
They're not going to.
They're not going. Who? So are they going to be throwing out what's his name again?
Zach
Wilson.
You got it. Who their backup is.
I mean,
is their backup still Geno Smith?
Wait. If it's 2000, is it 2000, 2010? By the way, remember when the Jets made it to the AFC Championship back-to-back years with Rex Ryan
and Mark Sanchez?
By the way, why didn't wait, I know Rex Ryan had the Bills thing. He probably should have gotten another job if he managed to take the Jets.
No, because he didn't take the Jets. They got to those championships despite Sanchez. Sanchez has one of the worst.
I'm not talking about Sanchez. I'm not talking about Sanchez. I meant Rex Ryan.
I mean, he
as
had
a
the Bills
coach.
job for a little bit, and then I
No,
think he
well,
just.
well, that's what I mean. Is like
don't
I
think
think he
he-
probably should have gotten another shot after the Bills. He probably didn't like it.
I don't.
Fun fact.
I don't know the man personally, but I think he doesn't want to right now.
It's funny. He now has a podcast with Bart Scott
No.
that I've listened to, and it's actually
Can't
pretty
wait.
entertaining. It's called something. Anyways,
Maybe called Can't Wait.
Can't wait. Oh, I remember that. Then they lost. No,
That's
they
the
won.
best
They
thing
won.
ever.
Didn't they win? That was
Mhm.
the right before
No, it should
a
be.
playoff game.
Now
It was
let's.
going
What
to
is
the
it? Now let's go
championship
get a
game.
bleeping cheeseburger. What was it?
Yeah.
Let's get a snack.
Let's
Let's
go
get
touch
let's go get a GD snack.
Yeah, that's what it was.
A GD.
He gave the whole high speech. Let's go get a snack. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Let's go look at pictures of my wife's feet.
Yeah,
Anyways,
gross.
that's Rex Ryan.
Speaking
Which
of
reminds
feet,
me-
Titans.
Cheeseman, no feet, and don't do it. I'm joking. Anyways, speaking of what, Kauffman?
the bottom of the barrel, bottom foot of the division of Cheeseman's division, Lions Bears in Chicago.
The Lions. The Lions. And if they don't, then what are you doing, Campbell? What are you doing? Look, the Bears don't have. How are the Bears going to score? How are they going to score? Think about what happened to them last week. How are they going to score?
I think if they leave Fields in, I think they win. But if they put either of the other two quarterbacks out there, they lose.
Here's the thing. After seeing the way that Peters was thrown around at left tackle last week, I have zero faith in the fact that they can even give him enough time. He threw 30. He had 33% of his completions, or 30 something percent. That's ridiculous, dude. Oh my God. I love that the Bears are garbage.
Yeah, I think the Lions will win. What about you? Cheese.
Tie of the week.
Dun, 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 dun. You have it here, people. This is this week's Patrick Cheeseman International Podcast tie of the week, of the month, lock of the week.
And keep in mind, if he gets this right, he gets 2 points.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna happen at some point.
How about this?
Look,
I feel like if he continues the streak and has one every week, he should get as many points as whatever week it is.
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
It builds.
Give me that
also,
week 17 tie.
Also,
and he just wins.
Imagine if, because it seems like he's going with all these bad teams for the tie.
Mhm.
What if it was like the Chiefs and the Bills who tied? That's like the
And
total
he
like
picked it.
left field thing, and like he picks that. That should be worth quadruple points if he does that. But anyways,
We should have it. We'll discuss this later, but we should have it do with a power ranking if we ever decide to do that. Have it like
absolutely.
scale mathematically. But yeah,
Absolutely.
you picking the tie in this one, Cheese?
I feel like the misfortune will just rain down.
All right. Okay.
The next game is Colts going to Miami to play the Dolphins.
This is a hard one to pick. Tua's out, right?
Yeah, he's out for like another week.
So, who do the Colts have at quarterback?
Carson Wentz and his double sprained ankles.
Oh, he's still playing. Oh God,
They have not looked good at all.
I know. I think Indianapolis wins it. Oh no, wait, Miami might.
Cheese, you want to go while he makes up his mind?
I'll take the Dolphins, but this one could also easily end in a tie. Also,
I'm gonna. Don't get frisky with your ties there. One a week.
I know.
Because then in week 16, you could just predict all ties, and as long as
Yeah,
one
yeah,
gets, you get a whole
like,
week's worth.
everybody
Look,
ties. Someone's gonna do it.
Look. Like any good sexual partner, you're not looking to blow your load early. All right, you save it. You take your time. It's called foreplay. You do that. Anyways, this is a really hard one to pick. Like I'm genuinely having an issue picking a team for this one. Because I want to go 14-2 again.
And you know, I was having a tough time too, but then I realized it's still early in the season in Miami, so it's going to be really warm, and it's an indoor team that they're playing. So
Let's play. I'm
that
gonna
was
go
the
with Miami.
that
I'm
was
gonna
the
go with
deciding
Miami.
factor for me. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Miami.
All right, so we all go Dolphins there. Then we
God.
got Browns Vikings in Minnesota.
I'm gonna go this week. I think we're gonna get the tails end of the Vikings. We're gonna get the bad team. I think the Browns are gonna. I think it's gonna be close, but the Vikings are gonna lose another close one, and the Browns are gonna hang on.
I'll take
What-
the Brownies also.
I think Myles Garrett is gonna be a bit too much for old Captain COVID.
That's exactly
Also, I'm
why
never picking the Vikings.
That's exactly why I'm picking the Browns as well, just because
Yeah.
that pass rush is going to be too much for that offensive line, and
Is Dalvin Cook playing?
he probably I don't know. I haven't checked, but they did fine without him.
So I was gonna. So here's the thing, though. But if you want to mitigate that pass rush, you use Dalvin Cook.
Mhm.
You know, if they have him available, then maybe they have. Like I said, I think it's gonna be close, but they lose. Yeah, I guess Cleveland. Patrick. I almost called you Patrick. Why am I calling you Patrick? Cheeseman. Your thoughts?
The Browns.
Okay. All right.
All right, just keeping
Okay.
it simple.
Hey, well, you know what? I have to ask you this also. We didn't take this into account, Kauffman. Look at the jersey he's
I
wearing.
know it's the other division.
We didn't ask him to power rank those teams. Power rank your rivals.
Quick,
Okay, go Steelers at the bottom, and then it's literally everybody else.
Okay, but I want to know 3 and
No, but
Two.
no. the
Ravens are
number
probably
one-
number one.
Yeah, Ravens are 1, then the Browns, then the Steelers.
Okay,
okay.
It's never the
All right.
Steelers. Never.
right.
That's good. All right.
Next game
Now that we have that.
is the football team in Atlanta taking on the Falcons. Atlanta looking to build off that big win in New York.
Wait. How much? Well, it is an NFC East team, so they should win this game. And also, it seems like the Washington's defense is not as good as people thought it was going to be.
Mhm.
I know. I was wrong.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't even know I was taking a shot at you there.
I thought for certain they were going to be so much. I don't know what's going on.
No,
I thought for
no.
certain
I
they
mean,
were gonna
I
be so
thought
much
no.
better.
I thought they were going to be a good defense. My worry has always been how are they going to score points? Who is their quarterback right now? It's what's his name? Heineke. I like the kid Spunk. A kid. He's only a year younger than me. Anyways, I'm gonna go with not the Washington football team.
Oh, really?
I can't even say that I'm picking the other team because
What about
I
Cheese?
don't because they'll be up 28-3 at the half and
Yeah.
then lose.
I'm
That's
taking
what's gonna happen.
I'm taking the Washington Chase Youngs.
Oh,
Ah. I see. I
you mean,
thought about
you
going
mean the
with
Washington Dan Snyders?
thought
No,
about
never
yourself.
Dan Snyder.
I thought about going with the football team, but I know this is the dumb reason
Come.
to pick.
Come to the dock.
This is a dumb reason to pick the Falcons, but I think Arthur Smith really wants that first home win to get that out of the way because he hasn't won yet at home, and I think he really want. I know wanting it is a dumb reason because the other team wants to win too.
Yes, Kauffman,
But-
come to the dark side. Pick Atlanta.
I'm picking Atlanta. The next game, Texans in Buffalo versus the Bills. Yeah,
I will Venmo
Bills.
you guys.
No, no,
20
no
bucks.
discussions.
No discussion
How
on
much?
this one.
Nope,
Yeah, no
okay.
discussion.
Nope, you said no discussions.
So
no discussions,
what
it's
I
over.
think.
No, he
so-
just said
so
he'll
here-
Venmo us $20. Okay, we'll take that deal.
Boom. Also, one quick thing about this
Damn it.
game, I think we should have an extra point on here. Over under. Does Josh Allen throw 4 touchdowns?
Do we want to do prop bets?
I think we should. For this will be for a bonus for.
I don't like it because it messes up with the scoring because it's easier to track.
Kauffman. If he gets a tie,
This is
he's
additional.
going to get like 80
Shh.
points.
Shh, that doesn't matter. Shh.
Okay, fine. We should have a prop bet counter though, a separate
Plus,
one.
you're taking time away from the next game that we will definitely want to talk about.
Oh boy, am I about to hop into my overalls?
And we're going to New Orleans.
Oh,
Woo, woo! Wait, we're
And-
technically not going to New Orleans. Are they playing there yet?
I don't know.
We're going to wherever the New Orleans Saints are playing. That's where the Jameis train goes.
Mm-hmm.
Where it
It's
wants.
nationwide.
Nationwide. It's like the Lex Express.
They're hosting the Giants at whatever stadium they'll be at.
Oh yes, sweet
Saints.
Jesus, yes. He's gonna throw 5 touchdowns and only 102 yards.
And he's going
guys.
under 100 yards this time.
Guys.
What?
I gotta tell you
Oh,
that
no.
I'm actually I'm picking the Saints.
Okay, ooh. You would have been kicked
I was
off
about
permanently.
to ask you, are you about to just? I'm gonna cut your part of the over. Whichever one of you leaves the Jameis train again, I'm cutting your part of the overalls off. You don't get them. You can put them back on again, but you don't get to be next to me.
There's got to be one person in between.
No. You go to the back of the last caboose.
All right,
There
so
you
we're
go.
all going Saints,
Yeah.
Yes.
and we're all picking Jameis to go under 200 yards.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Next game,
Absolutely.
Chiefs Eagles in Philadelphia.
Chiefs are gonna totally explode all over the Eagles.
Hey now.
It's gonna be like a pornography,
Sexy.
a porno film.
Take it.
And it's gonna be just they're gonna spurt all kinds of hot scoring points on them. It's gonna be a massacre. Holy crap. I can't wait, Kauffman. I am very much cheering for the Chiefs right now, and you know why.
Yep.
Oh
Chiefs-
God,
Chiefs
you
are gonna
trash
win that game.
birds.
Chiefs are going to easily win
You
that game.
Philly
Statement.
garbage piles. Oh,
Like,
you know that Philadelphia's people they're just a bunch of it's legitimately a bunch of garbage
I've been
that
there.
is just brought to life. Yes, you have.
It's
And
true.
what did you say about it?
There's
It's garbage,
garbage
isn't it?
and I'm not talking about the people. You are. I'm not. There's
been
literal
there, too.
just trash everywhere in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I've been
I
there
told
too.
you. When you enter, it says "Welcome to Philadelphia,
Like-
America's trash dump."
Like New Jersey was cleaner, and it was just a bunch of factories.
Oh man, that is a good one. Oh,
But yeah, I expect
God.
to see Chad Henne in this game, and not because Mahomes got hurt.
wait, time out. Chad Henne's still in the league.
He's still our backup. Anything is possible, baby.
I should
Nope.
put you on timeout
Nope.
for that one. That was
No,
continue to the next.
that is in the Chiefs' lore. Anything is
Look,
possible.
to everyone who's
Nope.
listening at this point. It is a heads or tails 50-50 toss up of whether or not we even get to the topic. Okay. I don't even know if that's happening. We said we would. It's just Jesus. These are
Fine.
too good.
We'll move on. Panthers Cowboys.
I have a very hard time with this one because the Panthers, I think, have a good defense, but I think
It's in Jerry World.
I'm gonna. Well, I mean, I'm picking the Cowboys, but I do think this is going to be a pretty close game.
Hmm.
It all depends really on whether or not that defense is able to take advantage of any mistakes that Sam Darnold makes.
That's true.
So-
And this is without Christian McCaffrey.
That's the other thing, but I don't know. Maybe they'll. Who knows? We'll see.
They did fine making a star out of Mike Davis last year when McCaffrey was
Yeah,
down. So I
Sure,
think
but
they're
who
going
did
to
they
be fine.
who did they play last week? They play the Texans.
Texans
Okay,
and
forget it.
Chuba Hubbard didn't look
To
bad
be
in this
fair-
extended time.
To be fair, they've only played 3 really bad teams.
Mm-hmm.
So the Cowboys will tell us how good the Panthers
Didn't they play the
are.
Saints?
Yeah, they beat the Saints.
Yeah, they did. You're right. So they've played 2 bad teams because they played the Texans and
the Jets,
the
right?
Yeah.
Jets, and that doesn't count as a game. That counts
doesn't
as
count
like
as a
half
team.
game. Exactly. Now that is a team that I believe Alabama could beat, possibly, but because the
They would
Jets
score.
would coach them. Well, okay, not this Alabama team because this Alabama team is not that good. They're not that great,
Mhm.
but in years past.
Yes.
So on to the next game.
Wait, no, Cheese hasn't even picked.
Oh wait, sorry, Cheese. The disrespect continues.
Yes, it does. I'm taking the Panthers and I'm sliding away.
You know what? I like this pattern of him always picking against my team and then being wrong. How about them Cowboys?
Because you get to rub it in his face. Speaking of rubbing it in, Seahawks and 49ers, it has nothing to do with rubbing it in.
Wait. I was about to pull back and say what? Why?
It has nothing to do with rubbing it in. The first 4 o'clock game on the schedule, Seahawks 49ers in San Fran. Oh, this game's going to be... Oh, we've got a double barrel of this action because the other game at the same time is Cardinals-Rams. So all of the NFC West teams are playing each other this week.
Yep.
These two games are going to be so
see who's
fun.
at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, the 2-3-0 teams are the Cardinals and the Rams. That's a really fun one. That's fun.
So, but first we got to pick 49ers Seahawks. Cheese, who do you got?
God, they both suck. I'll take the Niners.
They don't suck.
Barely.
It's just you don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the Niners, but like by 3 points.
The game's going to be really stupid because it's an NFC West game and it's the Seahawks. So I suspect a last second something. I don't know if it's a field goal, a touchdown, a safety.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I think that last minute something is going to be Russ somehow winning that game.
And I think so as well. Because I'm going to go Seahawks.
All right.
Tyler Lockett, give me all the fantasy points.
We are locked in for the Seahawks. Kauffman and I, Cheeseman. Mm-hmm. Cheeseman is also not making a bad choice either. That's the thing. You really can't make a bad choice in these 2 games.
And then the other barrel of this double barrel action, Rams and Cardinals. I'm
going the Rams.
It's in
Sam Darnold. Did I say Sam Darnold? I meant Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. Sure, the Cardinals have Chandler Parsons, and he's been really good. But
you mean Chandler Jones?
Chandler Jones. I said
Chandler Parsons. Wow, that's a name.
Look, people named Chandler. It all blends together. So, Chandler. Okay, Chandler. No, I don't like Friends. So, anyways,
no one does.
Well, no one with taste does. Anyways,
Cheese.
That's right. If you are listening and you like Friends, you probably don't have good taste or are in your early 20s.
True. So we're all three going
the
Rams. All 3 going Rams, taking the home team. This is
wait. We'll revisit. No, wait. We'll revisit this. Because I might want to see if I can pull double luck with what I did with the Chargers last week.
Well, here's the thing. The Cardinals had a rough first half. Granted, they put it together in the second half, but they had a rough first half against the Jags last week.
Look, they've been playing down to their competition. They really have. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I think the Rams end up winning that one. The next one, Steelers-Packers. Rematch of the 2010 Super Bowl. Yeah, Packers, easily.
Put a fork in him. He's done.
He's pasta.
He's a Humpty Dumpty after falling off the ledge.
And Cheese is definitely going Packers. There's not a snowball's chance in hell he's picking the Steelers over the Packers.
And yes, the Steelers did try to put Humpty Dumpty back together again, and it failed. All they did was shave his beard and say he got skinnier. He didn't. He just shaved his beard.
Any insight on this game, Cheese?
Yeah, I'm going to watch the whole time I'm watching this game. I'm going to ask, why did the Packers trade their draft pick when they could have drafted TJ Watt on their team?
Well, there's a lot of why did the Packers do this?
The whole time I'm going to watch, I'm thinking he could have been on our team. He was right there.
And that's why the Packers front office is the number 1 threat to the Packers.
Yeah.
Yes, they are
right there. He was right there for the taking. What do? You trade.
Cheeseman. We wouldn't have to have any kind of caveats at all, or any little extra qualifiers if the Packers organization wasn't so inept. Because Aaron would just have 5 rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's not happening because they're stupid. So we're not talking about that because I think you and I have spent a lot of time being angry at the Packers for ruining the majestic gem of a person that is Aaron Rodgers.
I'm just glad he got 1 Super Bowl. God, if he got no Super Bowls, I
can't wait for him to leave and win 50 more.
And one of the teams he's suspected to leave to is the Broncos, who is the home team for this next game against the Ravens.
The Ravens.
Yep.
Oh, wait. Can the Broncos please put in Joe Flacco?
He's not there, isn't he? He's on the Jets, I think.
Why don't they?
No, he's on the Eagles. He's on the Eagles.
Why are they? Okay, whatever.
He's like their 3rd string.
Joe Flacco.
I'll take the Ravens.
Right, we're all going Ravens.
How the mediocre have fallen.
We all have pretty similar stuff so far, but like there's
Don't worry.
enough different that we don't all have the same thing. Like I'm making sure of that. And okay, week 4, the week 4 Super Bowl, it's already here. The Super Bowl's here. Just the way they're hyping this game up. Patriots,
Tampa
Buccaneers.
Bay, let's move on.
I'm not talking about this.
You know what? We're not giving them the time of day.
Tampa
Bay's
Bay,
winning.
let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. And then the Monday night game is Raiders Chargers in SoFi. So that's going to be a fun game. So here's the thing. And I'm glad we're bringing this game up because now I get to tie in another thing. In 2 of my fantasy leagues, I have 3 quarterbacks, same 3 quarterbacks. This is
drafted.
the 4th week in a row you've mentioned this out of 4 possible weeks.
And now I'm actually going to do something with it.
Or
Guys, should I just commit to starting Derek Carr?
Yes.
Over Matthew
Kauffman?
Stafford?
I'm not even starting Matthew Stafford. I'm starting Pat.
Oh, Pat. Oh, if
I
you're
have
going
all
to do that,
3.
just trade Pat to me. Just do that.
No, I told you like
I
literally
will
in week
give you-
1. And then, you asked me what I wanted, but you didn't have anything I wanted.
I'll give you Justin Jefferson.
No, he's not. I have him in another league. He hasn't won me garbage,
He had a great week last week.
but it didn't win me anything. I need someone who's
I
going
will
to win
give
me
you
things.
Russell Wilson.
I have Matthew Stafford and Derek Carr.
Okay. But what were your... No, don't start Derek Carr. Mahomes is going to do better.
But he didn't
Don't
last
panic.
week.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
I've had Pat before in another league, and I didn't win that one. The time that I won the league.
Yeah, Derek Carr.
Guess who it was Derek Carr.
Okay, then go Derek Carr.
It was the year that he broke his leg.
And are you going to go Derek Carr in the Monday Night Football game against the Chargers?
Of course I am.
Okay.
Is he not attached to my Jameis train?
That's true.
Send
What
in the
if it-
car.
Are we going Derek Carr too,
You're
Cheeseman?
going-
Or are you going
Raiders.
You're going to Raiders.
Raiders.
I'm
I
going
think
the
I
Raiders.
picked them. I think I picked them every time so far, and they haven't lost yet.
I'm going the Raiders because I think that they are going. I think they're going to. I think they're going to have a better game. I think the Chargers are going to. What do you call it? I think they're still riding a little high off of the Chiefs thing,
Yeah.
and so this might be a little trap for them. Not to say that the Raiders aren't good. I just think that the combination of the Raiders being good and the Chargers kind of coming off of that, maybe a little overconfident, they might get knocked down a peg.
Yeah.
Um,
And even though this is technically a home game for the Chargers fans in LA don't exist.
this
is gonna be a Raiders home
There's
game.
no such thing.
Do we not remember the LA Raiders? They're
This
fine.
is the black hole is going to show out in mass. There's going to be way more Raiders fans there than Chargers.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Absolutely. So yeah, I think we're gonna go Raiders.
I'm going Raiders as well. So just a quick run through of the picks. Anthony has gone for the Bengals, the Titans, the Lions, the Dolphins, the Browns, the Falcons, the Bills, the Saints, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Seahawks, not the Sams, the Rams. Packers,
I'm going to the
Ravens,
Cardinals.
Buccaneers. You're going to change that to the Cardinals?
I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna see what happens there.
So instead of the Rams, he's going the Cardinals, the Packers, the Ravens, the Buccaneers, and the Raiders. Cheese is going Bengals, Titans, tie of the week in the Bears-Lions game. Dolphins,
Tie.
Dolphins, Browns football team. Which is still, I hate it,
I
but I
could have
love it.
sworn you were like Dolphins Browns football team. I could have sworn that's what you were saying, all one word, but no, clearly not.
Bills, Saints, Chiefs, Panthers, 49ers, Rams, Packers, Ravens, Buccaneers, Raiders.
Okay.
Ravens, Buccaneers, Raiders makes me think I said Raiders twice every single time.
You're good at this still.
Then,
As long as it's no math.
exactly. I got the math out of the way before the episode started.
Yeah, no,
Um,
guys, seriously, he struggled for like a solid 10 minutes to do the math on like what our records were.
I just have to count to
beforehand.
16. That's all I have to do.
because we
and I
because we
can't.
want to be more professional.
And then my pick, speaking of professional, are Bengals, Titans, Lions, Dolphins, Browns, Falcons, Bills, Saints, Chiefs, Panthers, Seahawks, Rams, Packers, Ravens, Bucks, Raiders. So we're all there's similar, but there's a lot of differences in there as well that could go. I like how like we all have different games that are different, which I guess is how that works. But you know,
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see the games that we kind of. I don't know. That's why I kind of like taking a chance with the Cardinals. I want to see what happens. I just want to see.
Get you the win for the week instead of tying with me.
It could.
Again.
That's what I'm hoping for.
And the overall records, for those of you who are just clamoring to hear that.
All 10 of you.
Yeah. I'm still in the lead at 36 and 12. Anthony is right behind at 34 and 14. And then Cheese is bringing up the caboose, the rear, at 30 and 18.
Oh, he still has 30 wins. That's good.
Yes.
Yay!
So catastrophic week for me could just vault Cheeseman all the way. If he gets that tie, that's 4 points.
Come on, tie.
If he gets the tie, he's probably still going to be behind me, but he's still going to be there. He'll be there.
Tie gate.
All
right.
So
moving on.
Now that we're done with now that
we can finally talk about some athlete interactions. And the reason we went long on the picks and the recap in the week is because we got into it that, and also, there's not a lot on this topic that we have. So just getting this going, who are some of the guys that you have met, or girls, female athletes as well?
Cheeseman, you can go first.
No rock, paper, scissors?
No, we're not doing that again.
Oh, wait. No, yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Oh, God.
I like to play. No, shut up. We're playing it. So, rock, paper. I know all the disrespect, Cheeseman. All the disrespect. I apologize, but not really. So, all right. Wait, Cheeseman, Kauffman, you're not ready.
Because it's between you two.
Oh. No, I wanted it to be a three-way. That's what she said. Anyways, let's continue. That's a lame joke. Shoot me, please. All right. Cheeseman.
Yeah.
1, 2. Wait, what? I win. Paper.
So do you want to
rock? Do
you want to?
I defer.
You defer. Okay, Cheeseman, you go.
You're kicking off, Cheeseman.
Of course. So I mean, I've had
terrible.
like a couple encounters with that where it's just like you just see them out in public and you're too nervous to say anything. Like Chad Johnson, Marvin Lewis. I've seen them out in public.
Wait, hold up. You didn't say anything to Marvin Lewis?
Does he look as normal and boring in real life as he does on the field?
So this was when I was like 11.
Oh, okay.
My mom, my sisters, and I, we were at lunch in Steak and Shake down on
great already.
Down near Florence, Kentucky, and we were sitting there, and we got a table, and we looked back, and Marvin Lewis is sitting there with someone like going over. I don't know who it was, but like they were talking about something. I'm like, Mom, can I go over and say hi? And she's like, No, don't bother him. He's just trying to have his lunch. We shouldn't bother him. We should. And the whole time no one went over other than the wait staff. No one went over there to say anything to him.
It's like, don't bother him. He's trying to figure out how to lose this week.
He's trying to figure out how to go 8-8.
Pretty much.
And keep his job for an eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, they never fired him.
Had when I worked at US Bank Arena, the WWE would stop by, so I met a few people there. Like I met John Cena and I met Randy Orton. Just like very passing conversations. Literally just like hey, how's it going? Hi, how are you? And then like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened.
I see voices in my head.
The two
you see them in your head?
How do you see them?
How do you see a voice?
Voices in my... Let me do what I do. Don't judge me.
So the two most that I go back to, before he died, I met Joe Morgan at Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse down in downtown Cincinnati. We were celebrating something for my little sister, and he was at the table right behind us, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that's Joe Morgan. And so at one point, I just go over and I'm talking with him. I shake his hand and stuff, and he says to me, young man, you are way too young to have seen any of my games ever happen. What are you talking about? I'm like,
oh, that's Gord. That's fantastic.
And we were talking, and then he actually came over and he talked with me and my family for like at least 5 good minutes. And nicest guy in the world. My only regret is I didn't ask for a picture, but I just like no this, but this was, but I mean it was like he was
Yeah, I heard
so
it too.
nice, and he was just we were having conversations back and forth between tables, and the gentleman that he was with, like they were also super nice guys. Yes.
I have a question. What pitcher would you have ordered him?
What now?
You said you regret not getting a picture with him. What a picture of what?
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. No, well, just been water. I'm not going to drink my way to forgetting this night. Are you kidding me? I'm going to drink water just so I can remember everything. Because meeting the legend.
Kauffman.
And then another one was 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2019 before the pandemic. It was like a couple days after Christmas. WWE had a live event downtown. And so I'm at the gym. I'm at my gym over here in Northern Kentucky. And I see a guy wearing a WrestleMania shirt. And I'm thinking, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. And then I get a good look at his face. I'm like, wow, that looks a lot like Kofi Kingston. And then he ends up working out at the machine I'm at. And I'm like, I'm fairly certain that's him, but I'm about to find out now. And I'm asking him for some help with this machine that I'm on. And he's giving me good advice. And then I just straight up ask him, hey, you know who Kofi Kingston is? And he's like, you mean that Jamaican dude that wrestles? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know who he is. I'm like, are you him? He's like, yeah, I'm him. I'm like, awesome. And I did get a picture with him.
And is it still your profile picture?
Guy.
It's still my profile picture, yeah.
God, he seems like such a nice guy.
Anthony, don't you have a connection with Kofi?
I do. I have so Kofi. I don't know if he still does, but I think he does. He lives in Austin. Him and the family, and I don't know how many kids he has, but I know he's got a few. And so they get, I guess, they get dance lessons here in Austin. It turns out that my cousin Jay, is their dance instructor. So I guess it's not a first-hand thing.
You've got a couple degrees of separation from Cheeseman.
Yes, there you go. From Cheeseman, not Kofi, Cheeseman.
From Cheeseman. It goes through Kofi to get to Cheeseman.
Yes. But yeah, that's. I speaking of kind of, so this one is me, and this is one I forgot about. I actually have a wrestling related one as well. As I met Kenny Omega, I forgot about that.
Oh no!
And I took a photo with him, where he's shooting me in the head. So I have that. But yeah, I met Kenny Omega. I was also in the presence of Cody and a few other folks because I wasn't too big fan of that. Yeah, Cody, representation matters. Get that straight, buddy.
Fixed.
Now, I want to see more people of color as my champions. But anyways, so I met him. You're gonna love this one. I guess I was like a good 300, 200 feet maybe away from Jerry Jones. And the entire Dallas Cowboy team. Because
there's another Jones you were a few feet from that we're not going to talk about. That's not a sports related.
Oh yeah, no, Alex Jones.
No, we're not talking about him. No, we're not bringing him up. We're not getting canceled. we're not.
I didn't say we're okay. We're
not canceled, but we're not getting shut down.
All right, fine. I'll give you that. But a guy who believes in gay frogs with a tank was riding around Austin, and I was there, and he yelled in a megaphone right next to my face, so I was right next to him. But his name isn't Alex Jones, so I don't know who it is. He was just some guy.
Hey, it could be. It could not be.
It wasn't. It was just a really oddly shaped individual. Anyways, but I was pretty close to Jerry Jones because the Cowboys were hosting a free practice at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, and I think all you had to pay was parking. It was like $8. So my dad and my dad, me and my uncle, my dad, my uncle, and I, as you should say it, went, and we were just watching the Cowboys practice, and it was Tony Romo Cowboys. Miles Austin was still there.
Ooh, that's a name.
Like it's that
era.
Yeah, well, he was, if I'm correct, he was dating Kim Kardashian at the time also. So I guess I was technically in the presence of a man who was in the presence. Oh, that's not anything to be proud of. Anyways, Yeah, and so Jerry Jones at one point came down to the right along the edge, and it's the Alamo Dome. It's not big, that's where the Spurs played basketball in the 90s. Like that's it's not a big place, so you could see everyone, and so Jerry's just there walking around. And that was as close to him as I was. Uh, Before I get into my main story, I'll let you go next, Kauffman.
Okay. I don't really have any wrestling related ones, so it's going to be a bit of a jump from subjects. Uh, uh,
He
Hey,
met
it's
what's
not
his name?
that jump.
Bobby
Mine was
Fischer.
a football.
I met who?
Bobby
Bobby
Fischer, the
Fischer?
chess wizard.
Who? No,
Wait, what?
You don't know
I
the
didn't.
chess?
I'm
You know
lost.
the greatest chess player?
I know
I don't know
Alexei
anything about
Karpov,
chess.
but
Moving on.
What are you
but
guys talking? I know about AI computers that are or like computers that are really good at playing chess. That's about it.
I
Move
had to
on.
do a little bit of mental chess to figure out who this was,
Oh.
because
Hey, no,
I was.
Cheeseman, you give him silence. That was not good. Now
That's what I
continue.
deserve. So
Yes.
this was All-Star Week, MLB All-Star Week of 2019, I think it was.
Okay.
We were on our family vacation at an island here in Georgia, and it's a very popular destination.
Georgia Island.
I know we got a couple of them, but you don't know that, but we do.
See in my head, I imagine the islands being like smack dab in the middle of Georgia.
Just like in a
That's
lake.
why it's yes, like it's a lake.
No,
But Georgians
no,
are
it is
dumb
it
enough
is
to
a
call them
beach.
islands.
Oh,
Oh,
but
that's disappointing.
we get there, we're having a good old time. There's this family, really nice family next to us, who we talk a little bit with, and we were playing beach golf where you like roll the golf ball, try to get it into the little hole that you've dug, and
Golf.
the guy of the family next to us was like, "Here, do you want to use my putter? We just happened to bring it out here." Hands it to my friend, and we're like, "Okay, sure." And
Tiger Woods.
I wish it was that cool, but
Oh,
we
it's
think
Phil
nothing of it.
Mickelson.
Have a good day at the beach. Later on, we go to a restaurant and we see him and the family walking out, and now he's got a hat and sunglasses on, and I'm like, oh my god, that is either Dansby Swanson or Charlie Culberson, which means a lot to
Well,
Braves fans. And we're like, which one is it? Because they look so much alike. And we're like scrolling through their Instagram, and we deduce it's Charlie Culberson. And then my mom was like, "Oh, hey, that was the lady that was next to us on the beach." And we're like, "Wait, we were next to Charlie Culberson on the beach the entire day and just did not know." He handed my friend his putter to use, and we just were
Aw.
none the wiser because he didn't have a hat on, so we couldn't recognize him. Because we've
I have
only
no
ever seen him with a hat.
Wow. I have no idea who that is, but I love the
Mm-hmm.
coincidence of that story.
He was
What a small world.
he was like the Braves utility player for a couple years.
That's why I don't know.
Exactly. He would come in whenever somebody needed a spot. Like he would have a spot start in whatever position that they needed to. He even pitched a couple times. But Braves fans will know that name well. We all love Charlie Clutch, but or but yeah, that's my first one, I guess.
Oh, well,
hmm
who's next? Or you can give your second one. Or did
Um,
Cheeseman? Did you give all
did-
of yours?
do you have another one, Cheese?
I just got two more that don't involve me. But these are just
Ooh.
really cool. A few years ago, my dad and mom went on a trip to Vegas, and dad was in line for coffee, and the dude right behind him was Jerry Rice.
Oh,
So he got to sit in
Oh.
line, talk to Jerry
So
Rice
he-
for a little bit.
so what? Okay, what is an interaction with Jerry Rice like?
Very normal. He actually, he's according to my dad, he was just, they didn't really talk football. They were just talking about, hey, how's it going? What are you doing today? We're in Vegas. What are you going to do today? Pretty much
Aw.
kind of stuff. So that,
Okay.
but I'm like, that's so cool. And then another one, so bear with me on this because this was back in grade school. One of my sisters, I forget which one. I think it was when they were playing volleyball. They were playing club volleyball, or they were doing dance. One or the other. Chris Collinsworth has daughters, or at least a daughter, and so they
Oh.
were they did stuff together. So Guess who's the only one in this family of 5 that never got to meet Chris Collinsworth?
Oh, he didn't slide into
Oh,
your
you.
life?
No. Like,
See, when he said Chris Collinsworth's daughters, I imagined Chris Collinsworth in a wig.
no, but
Also
like,
sliding.
It's not Scottie Pippen.
like it wasn't like
Got it, Pippin.
it's not like not like that like oh, I can't just like, oh yeah, we're good family friends with the Collinsworths, but like there was more than one interaction that the family had with Chris Collinsworth, and I was never there for any of them.
See, that's kind of
Well, that
similar
sucks.
to the other stories that I have, because they're not stories. They're just like we know one of the people and we used to know the other one. The less I don't want to say that because that's rude, but
No. You commit.
okay, it is less interesting because when I read off the accolades of the other person, you're like, okay, yeah, that one wins out. But first off, Brandon Moss, he former MLB All-Star.
Okay.
He lives in the area. His kids go to the school that my dad works at. So I've had several interactions with him. Super nice guy. I do have one cool story about that. I'm in a softball league that he is also in, and
Huh.
I pitched against him.
Did you hit
So
him?
I pitched against an MLB All Star, and he didn't hit a home run on me. So I got him out. I think what was it, 3 out of 5 times? So I think he got 2 hits off me, which I'm counting that as a success.
That's a win.
No, that
I
is,
got him out more
holy
times than he
crap.
got on base, and it was pure luck. But
That's great.
there's
Kauffman.
that, and then the
That's
other
fucking
guy,
wonderful.
his son used to play on the same baseball team that my brother played on,
Mhm.
and his son is now the quarterback for the LSU Tigers, and he is former Super Bowl winner Brad Johnson, quarterback.
Oh,
So he I've
Brad
hung around him. He rode in my parents'
Tampa Bay.
car.
I know who Brad Johnson is,
And
because he was also a cowboy,
that's true.
and it was not good.
I caught a football from him at one point. So yeah, I can say that I caught a
Okay.
football from a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and that was Brad Johnson.
God, I was hoping it was Trent Dilfer. That'd be even better. So I guess my last story, I was very young for this one. This was all, and it's kind of poetic.
Mhm.
Kauffman, who is my favorite team in
Cowboys,
sports?
Spurs,
No,
Spurs. It's the Spurs.
It's the Spurs. I love my Cowboys, but they lose a lot. And there's, if you're not looking, that shame and disappointment. That's all. If you're not watching, I'm feeling it just thinking about how much worse the Cowboys are to the Spurs. But yeah, so I've been lucky enough to be alive and watch all 5 championship series, but also I kind of have a very personal thing to that first time that they won a championship, because as a kid, that was 99 when they won that championship against the Knicks. And that year, I don't even remember exactly when the finals took place that year, but the point is that my dad at the time, his job sent him on a business trip to San Antonio, and he would take my mom and me with him every time he did that. And he would go to his meetings and everything, and then we'd come home. Would we just wander around the town or do whatever? And so this time we meet him for lunch while he's on lunch from his meetings at La Margarita, which is a Mexican restaurant there in San Antonio. It's really good. And so we have lunch and all that, and then he gets up and leaves because he has to go back to his meeting. My mom and I stay. And lo and behold, in walks in just a bunch of gigantic men. And it turns out, I guess the Spurs and the Knicks were having lunch or early dinner, whatever you want to call it there. And remember, this is the week of the finals. So in San Antonio, there's banners everywhere. And I, as a kid, am wearing my Spurs shirt, jersey shirt, whatever. And it's got the old logo on it. So, and part of this is, again, I was 7, so it's not all clear, but a lot of it is based off of what mom said or told me. Let's just say that. I'm not going to make things more complicated for myself with words. So according to her, the San Antonio Spurs, consisting of that 99 team, which has guys obviously Tim Duncan, David Robinson, and guys like Avery Johnson and all. Yeah,
Steve Kerr.
And Sean Elliott, Steve Kerr. And so these players go up and they're like, "Hey kid, go to that table over there and tell those guys that the Spurs are going to win the finals." I didn't do it because I was super intimidating and I'm 7 years old and they're ginormous people. But that's essentially the time that I met the San Antonio Spurs as they were winning their first championship.
You were the
They
good luck
won that
charm.
series 4-1. I was the good luck charm.
Yeah.
Although later on it turned into I have to not be watching for them to win. So, anyways, yeah, that's the time that I met Tim Duncan and the Spurs.
Those are some good stories.
I know.
Any other quick ones to get out of the way before we wrap this one up? Because I know we mentioned we would talk about the playoffs, but let's push that to the MLB playoffs. Let's push that to next week.
Yeah, we'll push that to next week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I have an aunt who was at a grocery store one night, and it turned out they were in the same aisle as Michael Irvin and just got to chatting with him, and then we're in line with him, still chatting.
My cousins met
Nice
My cousins met the great Kali in a Walmart.
What did he say to them?
I don't
Did
know.
he just
but
grab their heads and crush them?
I have no idea. I just love leaving the story at that because just the image alone of that man, you just see him over top of the shelves.
God, I unfortunately, and I did. I did meet Keith Lee once. Now that I think about it, at a Wrestle Circus show here in Austin. The other guy had the unfortunate. God, I also met Joey Ryan at that same thing, but that's all. Ugh, that was a gross experience.
Then,
in retrospect,
trying to think of anything else off the top of my head because I don't. I mean, Bruce Chin.
Wait, didn't you meet like a drunk Ben Roethlisberger?
No, that was my friend. He was
your friend. Oh.
He was a lifeguard at the pool.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah. Now I remember.
Former MLB pitcher Bruce Chin. It was the first autograph I ever got. And he was in a Kansas City parking lot after a game.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
a Kansas City parking lot.
Or it was the parking lot to the Royals.
Oh, okay. Because when you say
a Kansas City parking lot makes it seem like I was just in a random lot in Kansas City.
And he was just standing there with his own table set up. Meet whatever my name is, Chin. I'm a Kansas City Royal. Mm-hmm. Just take my word for it. I have no proof. Yeah, I like that. Cheeseman, anything else?
I got nothing else.
All righty. Okay. Well then, this has been a bloated.
Has it?
Has what?
Have you done your 20 questions?
This has been a bloated episode, but we still got more to ingest. We got one round of 20 questions.
Hearty and spoonfuls of beards and balls. Just consume it.
And we're gonna go ahead and get into it.
Ulysses, this is all for you.
So, anyways, who wants the first question?
Anthony
I'll
does.
take it.
I'll give you a hint just because we've been given hints. I'll tell you what sport. It's baseball.
That's what I'm. Oh shit. Okay. So have they played in the last decade, or have they?
Yes.
Have they played in the last decade? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's one.
Cheeseman.
Are they a world champion?
No.
Oh God, that opens up quite a bit of avenues. Are they a player from one of your teams?
No.
Are they National League based?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Would you say this player is wasting away on the team he's on?
You
could. Yes. I'm not going to give any further hints, but yes.
Are they NL Central?
No.
Okay, so it's not Joey Votto.
I have a really good baseball one next week that unless Kauffman is also doing the same guy.
It's not.
Okay, good. Is this guy older than 30?
I don't think so.
Okay. count how many times he types. We'll figure out the name by the count.
He's not, but he's closer to it than I thought he was.
Is
So
he
that
NL East?
he is. Is that 8 or 9?
That's 8.
Okay. Yeah, he is NL East. Younger than 30.
NL East. Younger than 30. Would you consider him an elite player?
Yes, but he's not really having that good of a year this year. Like, he's having an okay year, but not his usual stuff.
Does he play for the Phillies?
Yes.
I got it.
Does he have an enormous contract?
I don't believe so.
Cheeseman? I'm not going to get it, Cheeseman. So I'm answering questions to help give you. I'm asking questions to help give you a chance.
Does he play in the outfield?
Nope.
Okay, so it's not who I thought it was.
Is he a pitcher?
Yes.
Cheeseman. Who are the pitchers?
I'm looking.
Hey, no looking it up. You got to be
I'm
off the
not
top of your
Look it
head.
up.
I'm not looking it up.
You were on your phone there. I saw you. The whole
you
world
didn't.
saw you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, the whole world, all 10 of them.
Is he a right-hander?
I believe so.
Okay, so you said he's not having a great year. Is he a common topic that's brought up by, I guess, baseball analysts right now?
Right now, no.
He's not getting a lot of media attention, is I guess what I'm asking.
He usually does, but not this year.
Oh, okay. Cheeseman.
We said he plays on the Phillies, right?
Yep.
Okay.
A pitcher on the Phillies who isn't having that great of a year, but usually does, and he's not getting a ton of coverage right now.
I'm not going to lie to you. That doesn't really mean anything to me.
I
because
know
don't
it doesn't.
any of the starting pitchers in Philadelphia. Does he have a career ERA under 3?
I don't think. Damn, do you think he's a Hall of Famer already?
I don't know. I'm just asking questions.
I know his.
How about just under 4?
Yeah, we'll change that to under 4. Yes, it is under 4.
I hate baseball sometimes. Oh, we're only at 17 questions. Jesus.
Yeah, I think this next one 17 or 18? 17, because you went first.
So, okay.
Is
he on? Oh, wait. 10. Well, that was pretty dumb because I already know what team he's on. Has he won any regular season awards or accolades?
I'm gonna say yes and give you it's an all-star. He has been an all-star. That counts.
Okay. Damn.
So you got 2 more questions. You may as well start
know.
taking guess.
I know I'm not gonna get it, but so
Is it Zach Wheeler?
Nope.
I'm out.
Did I stump
you're
you?
asking me to name. You're asking me to name someone on a team that I don't know any other names besides Bryce Harper. So I'm gonna say Bryce Harper.
No, it is not. It is Aaron Nola.
I was never gonna get that.
And the reason I chose Aaron Nola is because it fits with the theme, loosely. So, a friend of mine, like my best friend, went to the same college and met Aaron Nola's current girlfriend before they started dating.
Oh.
So, and it's interesting because I followed this girl on Instagram, and then just like after about a year of me following her, I'd noticed this picture that I didn't notice. One of her pictures came up on the feed, and it was like, this restaurant's almost as good as the guy behind the camera or whatever. And then like I was like, oh, she's dating somebody. Let's see who this is. And I click and I see the name Aaron Nola. I was like, why does that sound so familiar? And I click on it and it's like, oh, because it's the Phillies ace. this
Jesus
random person
Christ.
that I followed on Instagram that my friend happened to know, or happened to have met, ended up dating Aaron Nola. So I thought that was interesting.
It's a
That's pretty cool.
tiny world.
Yeah.
It's a small world after all.
Mm-hmm. So
Jesus, that was out of
that'll do it. We finally got stumped here in episode 4.
Yeah, and next week I have one also that I'm very excited to do, and yes, it is baseball.
Yeah. Other things about Aaron Nola, he's been top 7 in Cy Young voting twice. He was a top 15 MVP candidate once. So
better than average.
Yes, definitely. So
okay,
that'll do it for us. You can find us on the Twitter at let me see, because we just made that Twitter. It's
literally before the episode.
Yes.
So yeah, hell yeah.
It's at beards_balls. That again is at beards_balls. You can find our Twitter there. We have no tweets.
You'd be surprised how many people have the words beards and balls already taken. And I've never seen their podcast. They're liars. They are phonies.
So yeah, you can find me at CWKauff, that's CWKAUFF on Twitter. You can find Anthony at born2run_19, Cheeseman at the Cheese Abides, and you can find him on Instagram at OG Cheeseman.
Also, don't be afraid of sending emails to our email account.
Ask us questions
again. Yeah,
Beards and Balls Podcast. beardsandballspodcast@gmail.com is the email. Ask us questions on our Twitter now that we have one. We'd love to answer your questions.
And keep an eye out for a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Because we are going to be doing some, I guess, video with the audio. So,
and some other.
See, here's the thing. I want you to start giving me your money sooner than later, people, so that I can start giving you premium content.
Yes.
That's all.
And that's a good.
I don't want to work. I want to have fun.
It's a good word that Anthony loves. Content. We're going to be producing more of it.
Content. We're going to produce tons of F content on our secret OnlyFans once you get our Patreon.
More but better. That's what we're aiming for here.
Two T's on that butt. That's how serious we are.
More butt. Better.
Hey,
it's an equation.
Ulysses, my dear friend, the apple of my eye, my diamond in the rough. I don't know what else to call you. I love you, buddy. You better listen to the end. This is all for you.